Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. My name is Lucas, and today we're going to be looking at one of the Framer Spring Event's latest features called Workshop. And basically, if you scroll down here, you can see that you can build, it is basically a built-in developer workshop for advanced components in Framer. So you can create visual effects, cookie banners, tabs, and more, no code needed. And basically, if you go to framer.com/workshop, you can see a few examples, right? You can see this one, which basically says, make a crypto price component that fetches live prices from the CoinGecko API. So basically you can use, or you can create a custom component that fetches a specific type of API. In this case, it's the price of Bitcoin to US dollar. We also have these glow effects, right? And what's cool is that you can see these and you can kind of get the prompt here and copy them and bring them into your own file. We have text scramblers, we have progress scroll bars, like as you can see over here. We have these this 3D tilt, for example, and if you think, for example, it's too fast or something, you can adjust the tilt effects, like you can adjust the force, you could adjust the delay when it comes to when it reacts to the cursor. These are all basically just different examples of what you can build, but basically this page gives you a nice little glimpse of what you can build, right? But let's go ahead and go into Framer and actually start building something. So inside of Framer, you do see a few different things, right? So going into insert, there used to be these pre-built sections, but you don't have them anymore. Now it's just this wireframer one, which also works pretty well because you can basically generate different sections and different pages with this wireframer. We also have this new vector tab up here, which I'm going to go a little bit more in depth in another video. But what we want to find is the workshop, right? We don't really see it over here. We don't really see it in the insert. If we type it out, we don't really see it as well. But what we have to do is we have to go down here, which is where we find all of the different plugins. Click on this, and we're going to find workshop right here. So let's just click on that. And once this opens, we get a nice, logo like this. We have these three dots up here, which basically where you can switch between GPT and Claude, right? So there's GPT, which is fast. We have Claude, which is stable, and Claude 3.7, which is more creative. We can go ahead and select that. And then we have 4 different presets right over here. We have the text scrambler, the scroll progress, the animated clock. We can click on this, for example, and instead of making it an analog clock, let's say make it a digital clock. Make a digital clock that tells the time and works on dark backgrounds. Make it minimal, but with a retro video game style. So let's go ahead and submit that. And basically, it's going to start creating something. As you can see, it brings in this, and you can already start seeing like the code being generated in the background. And we finally get a little retro clock looking like this. Again, telling the exact time. So right now it's 9:31 p.m. my time. And we get these kind of pixelated text with a nice little glow effect happening, which looks pretty nice. And again, over here, what you can do is you can change the background color. You can make this white, and you can make this text, for example, like a, let's go back, let's make it like more of a red or a blue type of color, right? Change the glow as well to something more blue. We can make the background, for example, blue, and make the text white with a white glow. So this is obviously all basically editable over here. We can increase the glow intensity. We can lower it if we wanted to. We can show, you can make it more minimal. We can change the format, font style, pixelated or smooth, which is also pretty cool. And then if we want to add more things or we want to adjust certain things, we can do that again over here. So basically what Framer Workshop does is it gives us 3 presets to add, right? We can add a glitch effect, we can expand font choices, or something doesn't look right, which is something basically that it consistently gives us just in case we want, there's some type of bug in the component that it generated. And if you want to go deeper into the code and you don't want to edit it here with this AI, what you can do is you can also go in here under the assets and see the code file over here. But again, you don't really have to do this. This is just if you really want to go in deep into the code and kind of, copy this, bring this into Claude or something like that and work from there. It's totally flexible. Now going back here, let's go ahead and kind of build off of this. I'm going to say make the characters blink, let's say randomly blink, and add some pixelation effect to the background, right? So kind of making it look like a screen, like an old screen, sort of. Let's see if we can do that. And as you can see, we submit this and the retro clock again, starts updating. You can see it over here and the workshop AI is building. All right, and now we have this type of effect, right? So we can obviously lower the blink rate if we wanted to. We can set it to something like 1, or we can set it to something like 9, where it's a lot crazier. We can turn it off or on if we wanted to. What we can also do is we can generate custom components that would go into sections like this that are already made. So build an animated text that says build in Framer. The text should have a tilt effect based on my cursor movement. So let's go ahead and submit that. All right, and it generated this little text in just a couple of minutes. Let's go ahead and bring that in here and test it out. Let's delete this block. And what we can do is we can already test the font. So we can make it, for example, bold. We can make this a little bit larger. Let's see how big this font is. It's 40, so let's make it also 40. Going over here, setting it to 40. And let's preview this. And we have some type of tilt effect. I mean, it's pretty interesting. I'm not a big fan, but let's go ahead and reiterate. So we can say, let's just remove the tilt effect and let's add a glow effect. So now it added this glow effect and it removed the tilt effect, I believe. So we have this nice glow. It should be some type of interactive glow effect. So I'm going to select that as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and change the color. Well, it has to finish loading, but we want to change the color to something a little bit more Framer bluish. All right, and now it says that it has done something. So let's go ahead. Okay, we have some type of design looking like this. And obviously what we can also do is we can connect these things to CMS, right? So if I were to, for example, create a new CMS collection, right? So I'm creating the sample collection. What we can do is we can go and insert, and so what we can do is go ahead and insert a collection for our articles, put it down here, make sure that this is kind of like fill with, and after a bit of styling, what we can do is we can just select this, we can duplicate this and bring this in here, right? Just going like that. And as you can see, we have this text inside of this component, inside of the CMS item. And what we can do is we can just edit the font to be much smaller, something like 14, I would say, or 16. Let's get rid of this. Eventually, let's just set this to fill and get rid of this text. And now what we can do is we can link the text to a variable. So let's link it to the title. For example, here you can see that we have all of these different titles that are linked to this specific CMS, right? And again, I'm not a big fan of the effects, but we can go ahead and reiterate that. So I just by clicking on this and going to the workshop, right? For example, I added this random text or random text generator. So we have the title, but now it's just randomly generating different types of text, right? But this is just a quick example of how you can use this workshop and integrate it with stuff like CMS titles. What we can also do is we can create some types of tilt cards like this with an image, with a card title and a description. So, and we can even replace this over here. So going like this and just making sure to delete these things from before, making sure that this has a fill width, right? And a type of fit content or a fixed height rather. And then what we can do is we can connect the image to the image of the blog, connect the title to the title, and connect the description. Well, we don't really have a description, but we can connect it to something else like the slug, just for an example. But if you had like a short description, you can do that as well. And then if we were to press play, we can go ahead and we can see that we have this little tilt happening. We can't really see it because the background is white. But if I were to make the background, something like a light gray, you can start seeing it, that we get this nice 3D tilt, right? So it's looking actually pretty cool. And then we get something like this, right? And I basically added a new prompt over here. Can you please generate a blog article preview component that looks like a newspaper? So I got this right here. And what we can do is, again, go over here and go to insert to collections, and we can go to maybe to our categories. Does our category have images? Let's see. No, the categories seem pretty basic. Let's go ahead and add the other articles one. And again, set this up like this. Boom. And then what we can do is we can, for each one, insert this over here and delete what they already have over here. And let's say that we just want to show one article. We can limit this to one. Actually looks better when we have, for example, two. So I think we can adjust this limit to 2. And we can set this one to fill. And now, right, we have these different things. So we can basically now, for example, set this to the title, set this to the author, right? We don't have an author, but if we did, it would be here. This would be the date. Here we can have the image, right? And so on and so forth. But and basically what you can do is you can change the color, the background color, for example. You can change the text color, you can change the font, the different fonts here and there. You can make this like a more serif font, for example, for the title, make it more of a newspaper style. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This is a really new tool, so a lot of people are going to be building new stuff. I would totally suggest you guys to keep updated on the different things that are being created. And actually a great place to keep updated is over here in resources. Right here, people are basically going to be posting a bunch of new resources with this tool, I guess. This just came out today. I'm filming the video tonight. It's around 10 p.m. my time. And it came out today at 1 p.m. my time. So a lot of things are going to be coming out soon. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, this is basically the best place, and also Twitter, to kind of look for things, remix links, and more of people creating with this Framer workshop. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.